Welcome, beautiful souls. I'm Felicity from Enchanted by Soul. This is your weekly energy forecast from the 1st of May through to the 7th of May. It's May. It's wild, okay? It's wild. This week, we have a pretty big week. Yes, we're in eclipse season currently. Yes, it's currently Mercury retrograde. Yes, it seems like there's a bit of a shitstorm happening in the cosmos. There's a lot of influx of energy. There's a lot of collective chaos, and all of that. But this week we have a full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Scorpio, okay? So Scorpio, the sign of death, the sign of rebirth, the sign of the esoteric world, the shadow, the underworld, the sensual, the mysterious, okay? And so much more, so much more. It's not just all Scorpio is about. But this, with the full moon, there is like a big illumination that takes place with full moons. It shows you everything, if you allow it to, it shows you everything you're not seeing. It shows you what you're not looking at. It shows you what you're refusing to see. It sometimes shows you things you weren't expecting to see, and sometimes they're not the greatest things, but they're exactly what you need to see and understand so that you can move forward. So this can illuminate shadows. This can illuminate, maybe people around you who are no longer in alignment, no longer serving you and serving your path, and maybe it's time to part ways and things like that. But I'm going to do a full moon workshop, a pre-recorded full moon workshop, which will be available for the price of $11.99 Australian dollars. I haven't recorded it yet. But I will, and this is where I'll go into much deeper depth. I'm not an astrologer, so I don't go into the astrology side, but I go into all the other goodness, okay, of the energy of what's happening with that full moon, and do like an energy clearing. I never kind of really know what I do in them, because like beforehand, I kind of wait until I'm sitting there and chatting away with spirit. But anyway, that'll be available, so keep an eye out on that. An eye out for that. Okay, now one of the things that I heard, guys, so that is happening, by the way, on the 5th or the 6th, depending on where you live, it'll be the 6th here in Australia in regards to the full moon. Now, two things that I heard when I first opened this channel and did some pre-channeling before starting this video was breakthroughs and mastering. Loving this. Few things coming through here with this, okay? For some of you, there is this breakthrough in your healing. There's a breakthrough in finances. There's a breakthrough in work. There's a breakthrough in a relationship. There's a breakthrough within your health. Okay, there's so many things here, but there's like a breakthrough, an aha moment for a lot of you too. So if you've been kind of like on the fence about something, or have been struggling to gain clarity, do I blame it on Mercury retrograde? I might. Struggling to gain clarity, okay? This is where you could receive a big breakthrough, okay? And receiving that clarity that you actually need. It's giving me the very like hanged man in tarot energy. The being placed, upside down to gain a bigger perspective, a different perspective, to even receive some sort of like awakening, okay, whatever you want to call it, but some new information. And sometimes we're just put into a pause so we can reevaluate, we can get a deeper understanding, we can gain clarity, and then we know like which direction to go. So if you've been feeling in that hanged man mode, that's coming to a close. And it feels like for a lot of you, that's coming to a close this week. There's a breakthrough, okay? If you don't experience it this week, it's going to be a bit depending on where you are, the individual, it's going to come, okay? So just continue to stay grounded, continue to journal, continue to do the spiritual practices that feel good for you, that help you gain clarity, okay? So that's something to remember. Now with the mastering, this was like a couple of different things here. It feels like mastering a skill. Okay, so for some of you, this could be a skill in business. If this could be mastering something new within your healing. This could be mastering your own emotions, mastering a shadow, mastering something, okay? And this mastering of something is exactly what you need to jump to the next step. Because what I've been shown is that, like you've been going like one step at a time, right? And then you've hit here. The Hanged Man comes in, you've been put at a pause. Maybe some things have been stripped away that you weren't expecting. Maybe you've felt like your world's crumbled and you don't know what like the next things to do, etc. There's something that you're mastering. There's a breakthrough happening that then's going to allow you to jump to the next step, because it's been kind of like one small step at a time, and then you've stopped here, and then there's like a big leap before the next step. And this mastering is what's going to allow you to jump to that next step. So I hope that makes sense with the way that that is coming through and the way that I'm explaining it. So this is allowing, though, a sense of leadership, right? Like a sense of leadership on your own life, a sense of leadership with where you're going. No more being like, you know what, I'm just going to wait and see what happens, you know, which is all fine to do. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's a difference between knowing that that's what you need to do versus being like, oh, just see what happens, and not actually take the action you know you need to. So taking leadership, taking ownership, taking responsibility. Taking responsibility. If you've been through some stuff at the moment that's been difficult, I'm not going to sit here and say that every single person watching this video and resonates with that they've been through something, it has like some responsibility in like what's taken place. Some of you, that may not be the case. For others, however, sometimes we need to have a look. We need to go, okay, well, what role did I play in that? Or what do I need to take responsibility for that? Okay. So that's something as well. But this is what's going to like bring you into that leadership and just like, fuck it, I'm just ready to go through a gateway. I'm ready to like, I see the path clear. I see the path clear. Like actually, I'm actually seeing that. It's like I'm seeing like a path. It's kind of a bit windy. And then there's like leaves all over it, and wind comes and it clears the path, right? Just completely clears it. So the path is being cleared. You're seeing a clear path. You understand where it is you need to go. You understand in what direction you need to go. So if you've been at a crossroads, you're going to gain clarity on what you need to do. You're going to understand the decision you need to make. For others as well, there's clarity as to why something had to come to an end. There's clarity as to why something was maybe stripped away from you. Okay, whether you wanted it to or you didn't. As we lead up to this full moon, some of you may be feeling a level of detachment. Okay, you could feel a bit detached from yourself. You could be feeling detached from your emotions. You could be feeling detached from a partner, detached from people around you. Just if that's you and you're experiencing that, it's really important to ground your energy, and spiritual hygiene is what I'm hearing. Grounding your energy and spiritual hygiene. And when I say grounding your energy, sure, like yes, go outside, put your feet in the earth, do all of that. But also grounding your energy means being grounded in your reality. Being grounded in your reality. If you continue to ignore your reality because it's too difficult to deal with, or it's uncomfortable to deal with, or you don't want to face the reality that you're in, it's only going to amplify. It's only going to amplify, and it's only going to cause you more chaos, more internal chaos, okay? And maybe even, and which then shows up externally. So being really grounded in your reality is very important. If you need external help, reach out for it, okay? In whatever way that is, talk to a trusted friend, family member, therapist, you know, whatever works for you, whatever you feel like doing. That's going to allow you to come back to yourself. For some, honestly, I think, okay. Some people are feeling disconnected from themselves at the moment. I'm not saying it's you, but this coming through that some people are feeling very disconnected from themselves. Again, if this is you, make sure that you are staying really present and really grounded. Do the things that make you feel good. And if you're not even sure what that is, because sometimes when we become so disconnected from ourselves, we actually don't even know what we like or what we want. But go for a walk. Okay, I know it sounds so simple, but it's like, seriously, go for a walk, go out and get some fresh air, talk to a friend, read a book, like just stay off the stuff that's like filling your mind with things you don't need to fill it with, okay? Take a break from social media if you need to. If you feel that and this is actually coming through. If you're someone that's, for example, on all your favorite YouTube accounts, watching all your favorite readers and channelers, and you're watching reading after reading after reading after reading after reading after reading, stop. stop. Okay, like literally stop. Take a step back. Because when we get stuck in that cycle, if someone gets stuck in that cycle, it pulls them away from themselves. Okay, so if that is you, just stop. Doesn't mean you have to stop forever. Just stop for now. Okay, that's really important. So this week, there are breakthroughs. There is a mastering. There is a leap that can be taken. For some of you, it literally is this week. For others, this is like the energy that is gaining momentum, okay? But then there's also a detachment. Detachment for two things. It's coming through. There's like a waking up in the morning and feeling like an elephant on your chest. Okay, and it feels heavy. You go to sleep, you might be worrying, you might be stressing, you just might be feeling low, you might be feeling down, and you wake up and you feel like there's just this elephant on your chest. This is you really confront what is in front of you. That is what's going to help alleviate this heaviness. I'm not going to say it's going to go away. It's going to go away overnight, but eventually it will subside. And again, if you need that external help, get that external help, okay? There's also an energy though of simplicity coming through. So there is this clarity, there is this breakthrough, there is this understanding, there is this, I'm like ready to go, I'm ready to charge, I feel so good. And yet there's also this, I feel detached, I feel sad, I feel maybe even like a little depressed. I feel all these things. I don't know what's happening. I feel like there's so much energy around me and I don't know what the fuck's going on. This is where we need to ground, okay? We really need to ground and be present in our reality. And again, reach out for some help if you need to. I'm just gonna grab a tarot and then I'll get ready to close this out. I will be having the monthly element readings out, okay, for May this week. So keep an eye on YouTube and Instagram for those. If you're new to my YouTube and you like and resonate with my stuff, feel free to subscribe. Okay, let me know in the comments, guys, if this reading is resonating, if some of the messages resonate, all of them, whichever. Always love to hear. Okay, let's go this way. We have the Three of Pentacles. Working on yourself. Working on yourself. Yes, collaborating with others to help work on yourself, right? So for example, you could be seeing a therapist, you could be working with a healer, you could be talking to a friend, you know, that as well. So there's that collaboration aspect, but it's like working on yourself. It's also like mastering a skill here. Mastering a skill here. You're almost there. Collaborating with the universe, collaborating with other people in business, that's going to give you that big leap, that's going to bring in that breakthrough. There are dreams coming true. The energy does feel like quite intense at the moment. For some, it feels it's not too bad. It's going to depend on where you're at in life, but also with the eclipse season and the eclipses, where and how they show up in your personal chart. So you don't have to go look up your personal chart. Just feel into how you're feeling, okay? But there's this beautiful collaboration energy here. And again, if you've been feeling detached and disconnected from yourself, reconnect, collaborate with your soul, bringing yourself back to one with your soul, okay? Six of Pentacles. I like this, guys, and I'll tell you why, because both of these are Pentacle energy. Pentacle being material, earth energy. You can feel it. It's tangible. The Six of Pentacles here is showing that things are going to return to a balance. For some of you too, if the scales have been tipped, okay, and it has felt quite unfair for some time and whatever, but you've kept going anyway, you haven't landed yourself in victim mode or any of that, victim consciousness, nothing like that, and you're like still going and you're like, I'm tired, I know this is happening. Those scales are going to tip into your favor, okay? Again, this could be someone reaching out and handing you something that's going to allow you to have that breakthrough, that's going to allow you to gain that next step, get to that next step, take that leap. I get one more. We have the King of Pentacles. I love to see this at the Ten of Swords. After a really painful ending, a painful cycle, all right? You're coming out strong. Eclipse season will take away what is not in alignment. And for a lot of you, you have had to confront your reality. And if you haven't yet, you need to now, because the universe will do it for you. It's much better if you do it yourself, okay? Confronting your reality, get the external help if you need to, but confronting your reality, letting go of what's not in alignment. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes it's within, sometimes it's with somebody. But for some of you, something may have been stripped away, but you're getting an understanding as to why. You're going to have a breakthrough. And this is bringing in this. It's bringing in the incredible King of Pentacles. It's bringing in the incredible feeling of stability, financial abundance, okay? But just even if this isn't representing financial abundance, it's representing abundance. It's representing having what you need. It's representing finding the treasure. Finding the treasure after having stripped away from you what isn't for you and what is no longer in alignment. For some of you, you've had to push someone, not push someone, but like keep them at arm's length at this point in time. Doesn't mean they can't come back into your life at some point. For some of you, they really do just have to go. But for others, it is like, just, you know what, right now, I can't be sucked into your vortex of, I'm hearing it, spiral. I can't be sucked into your vortex of a spiral. I can't. I love you and I'll be here for you, but I've got to keep you at an arm's length. That's called a boundary, and that's okay to do that. All right, guys, that's kind of like all the messages. I'm going to grab quickly one from here and we're going to close this out. Throat chakra. It's Mercury retrograde. Okay. Don't forget to speak your boundaries. Again, I just spoke about boundaries, but also like clarity, like receiving the truth, speaking the truth, receiving the truth and speaking the truth, receiving clarity, having an understanding. For some of you too, in order to receive that clarity, this could be a message coming in, whether it's someone you know giving you a message that you like, oh, now I have the understanding and the clarity as to why this happened, or someone you just meet or a friend says something to you and you're like, whoa, that's weird. Like, why did you just say that? Because I actually really needed to hear that right now. And then you get the clarity, okay? You might receive something in your dreams. You might receive something from spirit. I do have a message coming through here. If you have been dreaming of a past loved one, okay, and they've been coming through in your dreams, it is not from your subconscious, it is a visitation. So pay attention to what is being said. Pay attention to what is being said or what is being shown. Pay attention to the symbolism within that dream. Okay, guys. Sometimes to remember, it's not worth it. If something is going to create a drama or just conflict with someone so unnecessary, it's just best to walk away from it, okay? That's another message here as well. All right, beautiful souls. I will see you guys soon.